Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy Ray of Amy Ray Plans, and in today's video, I'm here to share a different video. I'm trying to incorporate more book and reading themed video or book themed videos onto my channel as well. The planning content is not going anywhere because that's what I really love, but I also, my two biggest hobbies are planning and reading, so I wanted to share both with you. I have a bunch of books that are on my TBR. I'm only going to be sharing the ones I physically own right now. These are not all the books I want to read. There's a ton more out there, but I wanted to share with you the ones I own currently that are physical books, and just share with you and bring another kind of bring other content besides planning content into my channel. So first up, I actually started this book the other day. I'm only into chapter 3, but it's Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. I also have a couple other Ali Hazelwoods in my TBR. This one is her newest one. I love the inside. And I love that it's like, it looks like pool and water. Let me pop you guys up a tiny bit. Okay, I think that's a little better. This is Ali Hazelwood. This book, I'm not going to read the back of all of them, but this book is focuses on a diver and a swimmer and how they come to have this arrangement. This one I do want to read the back of, but it says, a competitive diver and an ace swimmer jump into forbidden waters in this steamy college romance. Scarlett Vandermeer is swimming upstream, a junior at Stanford and a student athlete who specializes in platform diving. Scarlett prefers to keep her head down, concentrating on getting into med school and on recovering from the injury that almost ended her career. She has no time for relationships, at least that's what she tells herself. Swim captain, world champion, and all-around aquatics golden boy Lucas Blomquist thrives on discipline. It's how he wins gold medals and breaks records. Complete focus with every stroke. On the surface, Lucas and Scarlett have nothing in common until a well-guarded secret slips out and everything changes. So they start an arrangement, and as the pressure leading to the Olympics heats up, so does their relationship. It was supposed to be just a temporary, mutually satisfying fling, but when staying away from Lucas becomes impossible, Scarlett realizes that her heart might be treading into dangerous water. Like I said, I've only read 2 chapters, and I already love it. What was I going to say? I heard this is a very steamy one. I don't love steaminess, but as long as, like, there's other stuff in the novel and it's not just all steam, I'll probably enjoy it. So that's what I'm currently reading. Next up is Meet the Bandidos. This is actually, I think it's like a sequel to Birds of California, which I have read. I have read all of her novels. Katie Contugo, I think. No, I don't know how to say her last name. But she's one of my favorite YA authors. I am going to reread Birds of California again before I read this. But I'm very excited to read this because, like I said, she is one of my favorite authors. Next up is another Ali Hazelwood. This one is Not in Love. I also hate when Target puts stickers on the book. It just drives me berserk. Or like Barnes & Noble does it too, but I think, yeah, Barnes & Noble does it when it's like the buy one, get free and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just like, can you put it on the back cover at least? Like, not like on the front where you have the scene. So this is Not in Love, and again, really excited to read this one. Like I said, I do have a couple of Ali Hazelwood on my TBR. Let's see. So I have read The Love Hypothesis, Love on the Brain. Love Theoretically is on my TBR. I actually have that one. Bride I don't have, but I want to read that one. And then Check and Mate I have, and I'm reading Deep End now. Next up is Manage Your Time Like a Lazy Genius, The Plan. This author wrote the book The Lazy Genius Way, and I really liked that book, so I really wanted to read this one as well. She wrote, if productivity systems tend to let you down, reading the plan will be such a relief. I mainly don't like have a reason for reading this other than I just really loved her first book, The Lazy Genius. She also has, I think, the hold on, I know she has some other, I think she had oh yeah, Lazy Genius Kitchen. That one I didn't read it. I think it's like obviously more like food oriented, about like cooking and stuff. But I did read this one and I really liked it. Next up is a young adult, It's Not Me, It's You by Alex Light. I really like this author. I read both of these books, The Upside of Falling and Meet Me in the Middle, and I enjoyed both of those. I think this is her latest book. These books, some of them I got a while back. Not all of these are new releases, but I think this one came out in September or October. And then next up is Lane Moriarty's latest novel. Also, I don't know how to pronounce some of these last names, so my apologies if I butcher them. This one is Here One Moment, and I believe I've read all of her books. All of her adult books, yeah. Yeah, so this is her newest one. It's a chunker. It is, let's see, 494 pages, so almost 500 pages. But yeah, I'm really excited. She's one of my favorite authors. Then next up we have Christina Comes Out of Her Shell. This is by Abby Waxman. I really love her book, The Bookish Life of Nina Hill. I don't know if I've read all of her books. I know I've read Other People's Houses and The Bookish Life of Nina Hill. I think I might have read The Garden of Small Beginnings, but if I haven't read any of these, if I haven't read them all, I do want to go back and read them. She is a really good author, and I really love this cover. Again, with the stickers on the cover. But yeah, I just think this is fun. I love the colors of this. And, like, I love the little, like, sea life elements. You have, like, the jellyfish, the crab, the turtle, the dolphins. Alright, so let me move the ones I've shared over here. Okay. Next up is Wild About You from Caitlin Hill. I've read her book, Love from Scratch. I haven't read that one, Not Here to Stay Friends, but I probably will. I think this is such a fun book. I especially like this with the scene in the title. And then we have Perfect on Paper, which I just bought on a whim. I read the back of it when I was at Barnes & Noble, and I really thought it was fun. So I am going to give this a read. I don't know her other books. This is a newer to me author. So she also has Only Mostly Devastated, which I think I've heard of, and The Law of Inertia. And then she has If This Gets Out with another author. This one is Darcy Phillips. Can give you the solution to any of your relationship woes for a fee. Uses her power for good most of the time. Really cannot stand Alexander Brugum. Has maybe not the best judgment when it comes to her best friend Book, who is in love with someone else, does not appreciate being blackmailed. However, when Alex catches her in the act of collecting letters from Locker 89, out of which she's been running her questionably legal anonymous relationship advice service, that's exactly what happens. In exchange for keeping her secret, Darcy begrudgingly agrees to become his personal dating coach at a generous hourly rate at least. The goal to help him win his ex-girlfriend back. Darcy has a good reason to keep her identity secret. If word gets out that she's behind the locker, something she's not proud of will come to light, and there's a good chance Brooke will never speak to her again. Okay, so all she has to do is to help an entitled, bratty, annoyingly hot guy win over a girl who's already fallen for him once. What could go wrong? Obviously, they're probably going to fall in love, because obviously. But this looks really good, and if I enjoy this one, I'll definitely check out her other books. Next up is Once More with Feeling by Elisa Sussman, again with the stickers. I had been hearing good things about this book. I haven't read any of this author before, but if I like this one, I'll check out the other ones. I know she has Funny You Should Ask, which was a bestseller. And I know she's come out with more after this. Like, I think there's another one. I don't know if it's a sequel to this one, but it looks good. Hold on, my piles are getting big. All right, let's put these over here. I'm trying to move the stacks without spilling anything so that the ones I'm grabbing aren't the ones I already talked about. All right, hold on. I think we got it. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. So next up is Mistakes We Never Made by Hannah Brown. She was actually on The Bachelor and Dancing with the Stars, or The Bachelorette. I don't watch that show, but I do watch Dancing. So this is her first ever novel. It says, from The Bachelorette star and New York Times bestselling author, because she did have a memoir come out, comes an irrepressibly funny romantic comedy about two frenemies on the verge of making the biggest mistake of all. It looked good, so I picked it up. And then next is the newest novel by Christina Riccio. Again, if I'm not saying these names right, I apologize. I do really like these two books, her first two books, again, but better and better together. This says, Survivor meets The Bachelor in this irresistible romantic adventure. So that's fun, and I thought the cover was so beautiful. It says, survive the elements, find love, win the game. And then next up, we have September Letters, which says, Finding Strength and Connection and Sharing Our Stories by Brittany Snow and Jasper Guest. This says, this is a bunch of different letters and, like, I guess, like, self-development type book. And I just really liked it, so I picked it up. Next up, we have The Takedown by Lily Chu. So I have read The Stand-In and The Comeback. She has another novel out, but her novels first come on like on like in an audiobook version. So her latest novel is only available there, but when it comes out on paperback, or I'll get it on Kindle. But this one is called The Takedown. Like I said, The Stand-In I loved. The Comeback I didn't love as much, but I did like it. Then we have Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. The only two books I've read by Colleen Hoover are It Starts With Us and It Ends With Us and It Starts With Us. But this one looked really good. It says, a young mother fights to earn a place in her child's life, but is there room for her? After serving 5 years in prison for a tragic mistake, Kenna Rowan returns to the town where it all went wrong, hoping to reunite with her 4-year-old daughter. But the bridges Kenna burned are proving impossible to rebuild. Everyone in her daughter's life is determined to shut Kenna out, no matter how hard she works to prove herself. The only person who hasn't closed the door on her completely is Ledger Ward, a local bar owner and one of the few remaining links to Kenna's daughter. But if anyone were to discover how Ledger is slowly becoming an important part of Kenna's life, both would risk losing the trust of everyone important to them. The two form a connection despite the pressure surrounding them, but as their romance grows, so does the risk. Kenna must find a way to resolve the mistakes of her past in order to build a future out of hope and healing. My sister said this was a really good book, so I wanted to read it. I also think the cover is very beautiful. All right, next up is Paper Towns by John Green. This is not a new novel by any means, but I have it and I want to read it. I have read The Fault in Our Stars and Let It Snow. And I wanted to read this one as well. The Fault in Our Stars was beautiful, but it also, like, killed me. Wrecked me. Next, we have Better Than Revenge, which is a book by Casey West. She is a young adult author. I have read, I'm not sure how many I've read by her. I haven't read a lot. I know I've read Borrow My Heart, and Sun-Kissed, but I think those are the only two I've read by her, but I did like them. I really like Borrow My Heart, and Sun-Kissed was good too. So that is this one, and I just think it's fun read. Yeah, these are the two I've read, and I do want to read more of hers in the future. Next up is Check and Mate, which is from Ali Hazelwood, and it is her YA novel. This is her first YA novel. All of her others are, like, fiction adult novel. And then we have Jasmine Guillory, Drunk on Love. I think I've read almost all, or yeah, I've read, I think, all of these. Although I might not have read While We Were Dating yet. But I might have that on my Kindle. But yeah, this is one of her newest books. Actually, I think this came out in 2023, 24, no, 22, 2022. Then this one was another one that caught my eye when I was at Barnes & Noble. It's called Whistleblower by Kate Marchant. I don't think I've read any of her other... Oh, yeah, I did. Float is her other book, and I read that one. This one says, as a young journalist fights for the truth, she might lose everything. Laurel Cates has never wanted the spotlight. As a junior studying journalism at Garland University, she's perfectly happy pumping out well-written fluff pieces. But when she uncovers a pattern of misbehavior and a trail of lies involving the school's beloved football coach, she knows she has to expose the truth. Bodie St. James, the star quarterback, who now finds his career hanging in the balance, is convinced that the man who has been like a father to him couldn't possibly be the villain Laurel thinks he is, and he is determined to prove Laurel wrong. But when the pair teams up, their tentative alliance becomes complicated by growing feelings and mounting evidence. Now Laurel must choose between staying invisible or doing what's right, even if it costs her more than she ever imagined. And I just thought it sounded really good, and I picked it up. Then the next one is Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. This came out a while ago. So it's been on my list for a while, but I haven't read it, and I'm excited to. I really do like Ali Hazelwood. Next up, I have the first two books in, I think it's called the Maple Hills series. So this is Icebreaker and this is Wildfire. Yeah, a Maple Hills novel. So I think there's two more after this. I'm going to read these two first, and if I like them, I will get the other ones. But I want to read these two before I pick up the other two. So Icebreaker, Wildfire. I have heard good things about this series. I've also heard it's a steamy series, so we'll see. And then we have a couple books left. This one is Radio Silence by the author of Heartstopper, the Heartstopper series, Alice Oseman. I actually need to read Heartstopper Volume 5. But this one looks good, and I want to read her other books too. Hold on. Oh, it doesn't have her. Maybe in the back it does. Hold on. Yeah, there's Solitaire, I Was Born for This, and Loveless. And I think there's also one or two more. But I want to read those as well. And then the last two, this one was gifted to me. This is called The Last Thing He Told Me. And then the other one, this was gifted to me by my sister. This one's called The Dinner List by Rebecca Cyril. It says, what if the love of your life, a love you thought was over, showed up for dinner one night? We've all played the game. Which 5 people, living or dead, would you like to have dinner with? But what if that dinner was to actually happen? When Sabrina Nelson arrives at her 30th birthday dinner to meet her best friend, she finds at the table some unexpected guests, among them her favorite professor from college, Audrey Hepburn, and her ex, Tobias. After almost a decade-long love affair with Tobias, Sabrina is at a crossroads much more significant than turning 30. The New York life she always anticipated for herself and that she worked hard for doesn't appear to be in her future. Her best friend has moved on to motherhood, her family might as well be strangers, and marriage is as far off as it has ever been. While the wine is poured, appetizers are served, and dinner table conversation begins, it becomes clear that there's a reason these 6 people have been gathered together. As Rebecca Cyril masterfully traces Sabrina and Tobias's relationship from their first meeting in college to navigating the treacherous terrains of their 20s, the dinner list grapples with the highs and lows of first love and the unexpected detours on the road to finding your own happily ever after. Sweet with just the right amount of bitter, the dinner list is a triumph of imagination and a romance for her time. Bon appetit. This looks really good. And like I said, this was gifted to me by my sister, and I'm excited to read this one as well. So those are all of the books that I currently own that are on that I own physical copies of that are on my TBR list. I'm excited to get through these, but also new books are coming out every week. Well, not every week that I want to read, but so yeah, I'm probably not going to get through all of these in 2025 because, like I said, other releases are coming out as well. But I am excited to read these and actually going to read more in this book today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I was very nervous to do it just because I haven't done a video like this on my channel yet, but Domi of Bonjour Domi encouraged me to do it, so shout out to her. I love her so much, and this video probably wouldn't be seeing the light of day if it wasn't for her. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you want to see more book content. I really don't know what else to share book related wise, because I don't like to review books because I'm the type of person that like can't review books without giving something away, and I don't want to spoil any books for anyone. So yeah, I don't really know what else to share besides like hauls. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're all doing well and staying safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone. Thanks for watching.